Hi guys! Welcome to my class. Our topic for today is to estimate product of fractions. You are going to learn it here, the easy way. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe so that you will be kept notified on the next math lesson. Then, like and share so that you can also help other students. Do you know how to estimate product of fractions? I am going to guide you how to estimate by using compatible numbers and rounding to 0, 1/2, and 1. Let us work on this example so that you will be guided. Estimate 1/3 times 17. The denominator of our fraction is 3, so we're going to skip count by 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Our whole number is 17, so it is between 15 and 18. The difference between 15 and 17 is 2. 17 minus 15 is equal to 2. And the difference between 17 and 18 is 1. 18 minus 17 is equal to 1. Accordingly, 17 is much closer to 18 than 15. Because from 15 to 17, there is a difference of 2. While 17 and 18, there is a difference of only 1. So, we're going to consider 18. Consequently, we're going to round off 17 into 18. Therefore, 1/3 times 18, we can find the common factor of 3 and 18, which is 3. 3 in 3 is equal to 1, and 3 in 18 is equal to 6. Accordingly, we can multiply now 1 and 6. 1 times 6 is equal to 6. Thus, 1/3 times 17 is about 6. Let us work on another example so that you can understand it well. Estimate 4/6 times 45. The denominator of our fraction is 6, so we're going to skip count by 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. 43 is between 42 and 48. The difference between 42 and 43 is 1, while the difference between 43 and 48 is 5. Accordingly, 43 is closer than 42 than 48, so we're going to consider 42. Rewriting 4/6 times 43 below, it will give us 4/6 times 42. The common factor of 6 and 42 is 6. Therefore, 6 in 6 is 1, and 6 in 42 is 7. Thereupon, 4 times 7 is 28. For this reason, 4/6 times 43 is about 28. Let us work on another example where we are going to multiply both fractions. We're going to estimate 3/7 times 8/12. Let us work on the first denominator, which is 7. Our benchmark is 0, 1/2, and 1. Let us set 7 as 1, and 1/2 of 7 is 7/2. In that event, 7/2 or 7 divided by 2 is equal to 3.5. Accordingly, it is 0, half is 3.5, and 1 is 7. The numerator of 3/7 is 3, and 3 lies between 0 and 3.5. The difference between 0 and 3 is 3, while the difference between 3 and 3.5 is 0.5. Therefore, 3 is closer to 3.5 than 0. Accordingly, we are going to choose 3.5, which is half of 7. Therefore, the estimate of 3/7 is equal to 1/2. Our second fraction is 8/12. So, the denominator is 12. And we're going to set the benchmark into 0, 1/2, and 1. 12 is the whole number. we are going to get the half of 12, which is equal to 6. 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. We are going to locate now the numerator of 8 over 12, which is 8. And 8 is between 6 and 12. The difference between 6 and 8 is 2. While the difference between 8 and 12 is 4. Therefore, 8 is closer to 6 than 12. So, we are going to consider 6, which is half of 12. Accordingly, the estimate of 8 over 12 is half. Therefore, 1 half times 1 half will give us 1/4. Let us multiply the numerator. 1 times 1 is 1. Then, the denominator. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Therefore, 1 half times 1 half is equal to 1/4. Accordingly, the estimate of 3 over 7 times 8 over 12 is about 1/4. Let us work on another example so that you can hit it off. Estimate 3 over 5 times 5 over 6. Let us work on the first fraction, 3 over 5. The denominator is 5. And our benchmark is 0, 1 half, and 1. We are going to consider the first denominator as equivalent to 1. 5 is equal to 1. And we're going to get the half of 5. 5 divided by 2 will give us 2.5. Now, let us locate the numerator 3. 3 is between 2.5 and 5. The difference between 2.5 and 3 is 0.5. While the difference between 3 and 5 is 2. Subsequently, 3 is closer to 2.5. And 2.5 is half of 5. It is equal to 1 half. Therefore, 3 over 5 is about 1 half. Let us move to the second fraction, which is 5 over 6. The denominator is 6. And I want you to remember, the benchmark is 0, 1 half, and 1. If 6 is 1, we're going to take the half of 6. Accordingly, 6 divided by 2 will give us 3. Then, we are going to locate the numerator 5, which is between 3 and 6. The difference between 3 and 5 is 2, while the difference between 5 and 6 is 1. Accordingly, 5 is closer to 6. Therefore, we are going to consider the 6, which is equal to 1. Consequently, the estimate of 3 over 5 times 5 over 6 is equal to 1 half times 1, which will give us 1 half. Accordingly, the estimate of 3 over 5 times 5 over 6 is about 1 half. To wrap it up, in working for the estimate of a fraction and a whole number, you're going to consider the denominator and the whole number. You can add the denominator repeatedly, which is in this case, it is 3, and find out what number is closer to the whole number, which is 18. Then, substitute the whole number with the compatible number of the denominator. In this case, it is 18. So, 1/3 times 18 will give us 6. Likewise, to estimate the product of the two fractions, you're going to set up the benchmarks, which is 0, 1 half, and 1. Then, let us find out which benchmark is close to the fraction. In this case, 3/5 is closer to the benchmark of 1 half, while 5 over 6 is closer to 1. Accordingly, 1 half times 1 is equal to 1 half. Therefore, it is easy, right? I will never stop reminding you what Sheikh Zayed wrote for us. Education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark alley. Sheikh Zayed has a genuine regards to your future, guys. That is why we need to give importance to our education so that we're not going to be blindfolded in our future. In case you have confusion on some part of the lesson, I want you to go back, revise it again, watch it carefully, slowly, step by step, and I know you can get it. Life is a math equation. You cannot get the most of it if you cannot convert the negatives into positive. I wish you know that I always want you to score high in math, guys. Okay? Till next math lesson. Bye-bye!